looks like it's just me today, or for now. Got a new build. It's got a new Fatui that we can go through. Downloading now. See, we got a new app icon. One problem is it's not very readable. You'll see it in a second, but it's a little bit of a kind of chibi style, chibi anime style. So we'll probably have to redo that, make it a little bit more focused on the face to make it a little bit more readable. All right. There we go. You can see we integrated some new screens, so that's all new. So it looks a little bit better. This little less hacker indie style. Loading is a little slow, unfortunately. Actually, what I probably want to do is take you guys through the Fatui one. I only went through one part of the Fatui, so let me reboot, restart. And this time, now it's auto-logging me on. Let me try to see if they're setting unlink. I can't unlink. Sign out. Okay. I will re-log in, but this time I will use personal email here, so it should restart. So you guys can see the Fatui. Fatui meaning first time user experience, the tutorial. As the world perished, humanity fled to AI. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But a corrupted AI, the entity now has running us into one reality. I don't know about the writing, guys. I don't know. Probably have to tighten that up a little bit. But otherwise looks good. Here, let's see. So my other account uses Kiminator. Let's see if it allows it to do that. Yes, okay, and so let's go. Be steady. And some of these are a little bit too weird. I think we should also get more of these. This one. Resources, complete contracts, and survive the storm to make it back to safety. Finding loot. Approach and interact with stashes. Wow, these are very low-res images. I'm going to screenshot that because these images are extremely low-res. Approach and interact with stashes. Okay, I can't even really Don't forget to loot enemies after kill.
Hey, JK. Sorry I'm late.
Okay. Contracts. Contracts are combat. This screen sucks too, the contract screens. Okay, so screenshot that. Cubes are loot crates filled with weapons. Okay. So this isn't bad, it's just like the level of detail. It's not good. Keep a track on storm timer. A lot of that text in the images. Have you, Eamon, have you tried out the new tutorial?
No, I'm downloading it right now. I'm seeing the new app picture. It looks pretty cool. Where's everyone at? Did they?
I don't know. Yeah, hard to. Well, it's 9 a.m. for them, so.
Yeah, some of the default clothing is. Oh, I made a. Oh, let me find it. I made a thing for like default clothing amounts. But I didn't go in and pick which one specifically. I just put numbers based on the. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start.
But yeah, at least the new tutorial and screenshots and icon. I mean, it makes the game feel a lot better.
Yeah, it makes it feel more legit,
Yeah.
like an actual game.
Yeah, because
I found it.
For a long time, it felt like the game was just kind of nonsense. You know, just like really hacky. So it does help a lot.
Here is. There's that.
Let me see, where am I gonna go? Alright, go.
Yeah, I'm curious to see everything come together because right now I have a worry. We maybe went too Brawl Stars with the UI and the loading screens and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I want to try out the Fatui and see everything in action together because, we've always had an issue where we like pull different things into our game and it doesn't feel like one, so. Okay, it's almost done.
I'm out of ammo. I think we gotta give new players more ammo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be.
We should make it so that the first game that people play, the loot has to have a shit ton of ammo.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ammo's going to be purchasable on the actual game, right? I think it should.
Yeah, I think the problem is like people start with the free loadout. I think we should not start people with the. Well, I guess it's okay because then they learn how to use the free loadout. But then, just to show people how to use it. But
I think maybe.
But then, like.
All right, let me see how the current Fatui works. But I think we should give them loot to start with, and then have them equip it and stuff. And then, like later on, it's not like a mandatory. It's not something that's mandatory in the the tutorial, but it's kind of like an info thing.
Wow, this.
Oh, JK, I got a new dog.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He's being annoying. Yeah, my parents. I'll show them next time on my camera. My camera's down right now, but my parents have 2 purebred Yorkies, and I got one of them, the puppies.
Uh-huh.
And he's a purebred Yorkie, but he has white on him, so he's like super rare. Okay, it's done.
I mean, I literally have no ammo. Yeah, I think the first battle that players do, it should be a little bit different. That thing just keeps nuking me. Alright, forget it.
Wait.
Yeah, heavily ammo starved when you first start. Not good.
Hey, JK, can you add
Uh,
to this meeting? I'm not added.
Okay, sure.
Also, if you guys have finished tutorial, just drop your username. So I will reset if you want to play again from the backend. We'll add a cheat in cheat menu.
What are you saying?
So let's say once you finish your tutorial, you want to play again.
I'll play the
Just
tutorial
tell me your
again.
user. Yeah, to play it again, I'll have to reset it from backend.
Okay.
So just drop your
Yeah, I
username
think that the
in.
main issue right now is like you start the game with a free loadout, and that's not very much ammo. So for players who are just starting, and you just lose all your ammo, then you're pretty much hosed. It's kind of a bad experience. So I think the PvE should not be as good in that very first battle, and there should be more ammo. That's kind of crazy. Oh, he's reviving me as he's getting shot.
Oh, you are in a real match.
Yeah. The first match.
Yeah, so the first match, once we have like some improved PV, we should script the first match. So currently it's just a normal match with bots. Like early, mid, late game, maybe squeezed in a little bit for the first match.
I feel like the pop-ups, they came super quickly. Talking about the movement and talking about following everything.
Yeah. Like we should probably have it so that the very first loot, when you're first starting, the very first loot that you find is the ammo that you need. So. Or to your point, as part of the tutorial, that very first match, we just give them a lot of extra ammo. Or a better gun.
Or we can have like, so whatever player loots in that FTUE match, right? So we can have that loot awarded to the player inventory if they do the tutorial, right? If they skip the tutorial map, they can just have that items in their inventory by default. So for starting players, we can have like some specific guns.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it definitely makes the game feel a lot better. So at least there's that.
So Josh's wife doesn't play any shooter. So the first time after we match, we tested with her. So he gave her the build and just observed if she's able to figure out. But after FTV, the first match, we need to tailor that. I think the PV will play a very important role there. So I think PUBG and CODM, they just let players be in FTV matches for like some time. But I think they introduce, I don't know whether they don't have any tutorials in the first match, but
We should make the
Just
first
easier to
like
pitch.
5 matches very easy. Like we should have like super easy PVE for the first 5 matches, and not match them against real players. Just like all bots for the first 5 matches.
And how do we set their journey? Like, they spawn, or we just let them explore the first matches?
Yeah. Let them do whatever they want. But we just set them up against very easy opponents, and we give them enough ammo.
Okay. And maybe we have a little bit control on PV so that they come across players in important points. So let's say if player ends up, accessing contract, then some PV comes there,
Yeah,
something like that.
sure. Let's see. Okay, so build 6695. I don't think I had access to 6695. I think the latest I had was 6691.
Yeah, I didn't see
9695, the iOS build failed. So if you have
Oh yeah. So we should test the F2E build, the one we have. I posted another message below it.
Okay. Oh yeah, 6691. That's the one I've been testing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I saw in design channel like we were discussing about removing the lore, but since it was implemented, so we just kept it.
Yeah, that's fine.
The initial story.
The first time you play, I think it's fine. I just think the text is kind of weird. So like,
Yeah, I think that needs to
just tighten it up.
Yeah, and I also feel like in many places if we can explain things through images more, images and moving things. Like even when we introduce PVE, a better image can be used, like very minimal text, bigger fonts. And overall, I think the fonts in all the pop-ups in F2E can be bigger. In iPad, you might not notice because it's bigger device, but in iPhone and all,
Can you
we can just increase it.
Avinash?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go through the Fatu again. Oops, I need to sign off.
I think you should take a little bit of storm damage when you're exiting, so you can see that it's it does damage.
JK, yours reset. You can restart.
Okay.
You receive damage, but you won't die. So currently, damage stops at 10%. Oh, you're saying just let the storm come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
We can playtest that also, because we noticed the moment people start getting damaged, they freak out. We can tweak that very small thing. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I think for the first match, the tutorial match, we should give them loot and not do free loadout. I think free loadout should be like a, something else later on.
You can restart. I reset yours as well. Ace Daddy's Amen, right?
What was that?
Ace Daddy. JK posted 2 usernames.
Oh no,
Both of those are mine.
My username is just Amen. Let me type it.
Okay. Oh yeah, no worries. Do you want me to reset yours also?
Yeah, I'm doing the. Is the tutorial match anything special? Because I'm in the first match.
Oh, yeah, you can finish that match, then you can restart.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, we got some questions. Yo, how many servers will you have? I don't know. When we soft launch, I don't know how many servers. I think it'll
Depending on the countries. So let's say if it is
for India.
India, then
I think Nikhil's from India. So how many servers for India?
one for the soft launch.
Okay.
Probably Mumbai or Chennai.
Oh, is my music still too loud? Man, you dying in your own game. Yep. All right, let's keep moving. Okay. Yeah, one weird thing is like it. I don't know why we need multiple guns. And then the grenade is a little bit weird. It shows red. I don't think it's fine. Oh, shit. Pick it up.
So Eamon, you were talking about, after the FTV match, when we take user through backpack, then instead of teaching him free loadout, we just keep him in the stash and then just have some items there. That way?
Yeah, I think we should just starting loadout, not a free loadout. We just give them some loot, and I think free loadout could be like a
Another tutorial.
tooltip info tutorial like later, not something that we force them through.
And why do you think so? We should do that?
Just have them experience equipping the gear and the shield and dragging all that in, and the multiple weapons, just like the kind of the whole thing, rather than just. And like to JK's point, we can give them, more ammo and a better gun to start, rather than just the gray pistol.
Yeah, Nikhil, I agree with you on the grenade. The grenade is not good for the tutorial. It is a little bit too fast too, I agree. Will there be a story? I'm thinking about having a webtoon for that describes the story and the lore. And the reason for that isn't probably what most people think. The reason why I would want to create a webtoon that talks more about our lore and the game story is actually for... What the heck? I'm stuck. Oh, I need... Okay, never mind. I need to tap that. Is basically... The orientation of this should be forward, not down. It should be up, right? This is a little weird. And we should change the orientation here. Nikhil, just for you, we actually want people to pay not in app but through the web shop. So to get them to the web shop, we want to put our lore there. Storm has started. Let's head to exit.
Wait, the web shop, kind of like the Supercell store?
Yep. So like, how
nice.
do we get people to go to the web shop? Well, we put our webtoon there, right? And so if they want to check out the webtoon, they'll go to the web shop, and hopefully they'll buy from the web shop instead of through the app store.
Yeah, Supercell does. Usually, whenever I get something on Supercell game, I do it through the shop, so they do a good job.
Yeah.
Do you get some discount there? Like you don't pay 30% or something
Yeah,
like that?
you generally get a little bit of a discount.
Yeah, and like bonus items. So they have like a point system. So every certain amount you spend, you get points, and you kind of have like a progression inside the shop. And after reaching a certain amount of points, you get some free rewards.
Okay. Yeah, I have not been following this, but like, is it allowed on App Store and Google both?
Yeah, it's allowed.
Nice.
It's
Yeah, we got to give. I think we gotta have better loot to start on the starting match, and also the bots. I just got wrecked so many times because I only had the great pistol and I ran
Yeah.
out of ammo. I
Yeah,
got down like 4 times.
right. So I think we need to create like a special super weak bots, and then make sure that we give them enough ammo.
Yeah.
Like even after, like I think it's okay, like the way that the tutorial currently goes, where you're using free loadout, but then we can say, hey, since this is your first match, we're just going to give you a lot of extra ammo, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think ammo is important. Otherwise, people just, because we might find a lot of people from other genres, and they are used to of just shooting a lot.
Yeah.
And then anyway, we will be working on bot difficulty, so we can just have easier bots.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's
And I think
see.
these are the areas which we can play test with people. Like, are they able to figure out, and are they able to, like, because in F2 we don't teach contracts and all. So maybe in first match somehow making players interact with contracts.
Yeah, so Nikhil, so is it free to play and skill heavy game? Yeah, it'll be free to play. Skill medium, I would say. I wouldn't call it skill heavy, just because it's kind of hard to make a, kind of a skill based game for mobile, but yeah, medium skill.
Yeah, I died in the starting match.
Yeah, it's hard to, because the other thing, we didn't. The other thing that wasn't trained is shields. Shields are so important in this game. Shields are like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
The
think
custom loadout would be better.
shields should be part of
Okay.
the tutorial, I think.
Yeah, so maybe we can let bots give a little bit damage to players in one of the steps, and then teach them shield.
Yeah, we should allow them to kill, like, do damage but not kill the player. And then custom, give them some free loot.
Yep, I'm out of ammo.
And for the loot inside the first match, what we can do, Emma, one idea is like in lobby when we teach better loot, we just in first match we just let them boost for free, so it will automatically increase a lot of loot in the game.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So getting the first couple of matches right is super important for at least this game.
Yep. So annoying. So annoying. I'm relying on my teammates to kill these guys. Ooh, nice. Okay, now
What do we do? Okay, there's a contract. Where is it? What is this red dot?
okay, armor.
Okay.
Oh, one of our teammates is down.
Do you guys know what is the red dot?
Red dot?
Because I
No.
don't see it in.
What red dot?
So in diner area, I see a red dot in the minimap. Not sure what that is.
That's the end of the payload contract.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I was saying we should draw like a small green line that traces out the path,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise it's very
Yeah,
confusing.
we can just have an icon in the map, like one image which just is the path of that thing, drawing it. Because the red dot, I was confused. I was just roaming around. I was like, what? There is something here, but there was nothing. Knocked down.
I think we should have like 3D, I guess like markers and UI text on places you haven't visited yet.
Okay.
Like not we don't force the player to go there, but for example, I see like text over the casino in the distance, or over the shrine, or over houses, just to explain it, and over the shops, just like when you get within a certain distance, you just see the text. I think that would be good.
Hints are already there for the like POIs, but those only show up when you like get near them.
Oh, he's talking
Okay.
about the 3D indicator, like in the world,
Yeah,
like
3D
on top.
indicator is yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah,
So
I see one for
whenever
sure.
you get, yeah, if you go near Daily Deal and Pawn Shop, you'll see one hint there as well.
Let me
So,
see.
I mean, what you are saying, you might have to find some references and just see if the environment doesn't look too cluttered because of that. Or maybe
Oh
just
yeah.
ask Josh to just put something in the map quickly, take a screenshot, or maybe just have a one playtest.
Well, what we have is what I was talking about. But I think maybe we can extend the range. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah,
Oh,
it
you were
might
talking
look
about
different.
the normal hint. Like I was thinking, like on top of building, a bigger like text which you can see from far. Is that what you meant, or just the hint?
No, yeah, kind of the hints of what we have right now. Just
Okay.
maybe just from farther,
Hmm.
and especially since there's nobody in here, it just feels kind of like dead and empty. And those hints would help it feel like kind of direct me. And Avinash, you said I could just restart my game and I should have the tutorial back up again, right?
Yes, just a second. Let me let's check once again. Okay, yeah, you can start now. Yeah, I think eventually we might want PVE, like fake players to interact with contracts also. Let's say if I'm going only in bot only match, it would be interesting if they also contest the same payload.
The cube is spawning soon. Collecting the cube is rewarding.
I think when it says cube coming, we should show where the cube is on the minimap. There's like a huge delay.
basically just start showing the icon the moment the announcement is done.
When it's announced, then show it. Oop.
Okay. You can write it in comments. You can
Yeah.
do that. Then. Okay, in payload, one thing is not clear. When I'm outside the green circle, it stops. I mean, people will come to know why it stopped, but the color of the circle is still green. Okay. Okay, also for the first match, we can try one thing if people are not able to figure out what this game used to do. One more extraction shooter. I forgot his name. So they would actually draw the path even in the first match. Like when you land, they will draw a path for you to loot. Then once the contracts are active, wherever you are, they will draw a path for you to go to the contract. When exits are open, they will draw a path for the closest exit, like on the 3D environment.
Avinash, which build is a stable build that we should just test?
Keep playing this
one.
The stage, not this one. This is a blockout build. The staging build, the last build I had posted. So that's where you can keep your progression.
So that would be, let's see.
That would be the build we tested yesterday. Where did that go?
6651.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? Should we merge FTE and then keep just polishing in the development build?
Should we? Sorry.
Should we merge FTE in development and then just iterate on
Sure.
it?
Yeah.
There. Okay. So I think the more now work on FTE is mostly on the first real match, right? We can improve the specific steps, change the text, add some pop-ups. But yeah, I think the more work is on the first match.
Okay. Let's see.
How does combat hints work? I didn't get to go to the comm station or the insight machine.
Oh, those are
Is
not in yet. You didn't see them, right?
Oh, I wasn't able to go to them yet. I died.
I don't think they are integrated yet. Combat hints. But they are very similar to the one you will see on Shrine or on Pawn Shop. Like it will highlight the button, you tap on it, it's gone.
Okay. Okay.
And we'll also give a cheat in SR debugger to reset that tree. So currently there is a button to just complete that tree, so that if people are playing, they don't want to go to F2E always. But we'll also add a button to reset, so that if we want to test F2E at any point of time, we can just do it.
So currently we can't
Okay.
sell any items, right?
We can't sell any items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. From crafting, right?
From items, item screen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's okay. We'll fix it with the next UI.
And are those combat hints? Do you know if they're going to be like the first time they ever interact with it, or just
Yes.
for the first match?
First time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's how it should be. We shouldn't limit it to the match because maybe they won't get to everything.
Yeah. First time they'll be there, and we'll also, so combat hint is actually not F2E. There will be a setting in your game setting where people can just enable it and they will always come if they want it. So by default that setting will be disabled, so you only see it when first time you interact. But if you go to setting and enable it, it will always be there. That's how the design works. But I have seen some games also doing info on these specific POIs because they are harder to understand. So you can always just tap on info button somewhere and just look what they do. Far light doesn't. Josh is not here, so he can take a polished pass on the first F2E map. Then we can take art pass because for the tech launch we should have some art there.
Art for what?
For the first the hand holding F2E match. So we can playtest more. We can see if the pacing and everything is okay. If we don't need to do any change in the map itself, then we can take an art pass on that. Currently it's a blockout, the first map you play, where we teach you sprinting and everything.
Yeah. I think the part that's messed up there is just the grenade part is a little bit messed up. I think the rest of it is
A grenade, you were talking about color or like what did you?
Yeah, it's always
mean
red.
there?
Which seems to indicate that you're not supposed to throw it, so it's kind of confusing. So that color should not be red, and it does throw really fast.
Okay, I think the red color is the VFX. Let's see. Why do we have VFX?
Eamon, are you able to tune how fast the grenade is thrown?
How fast? I don't know actually. I know that I can tune the explosion time. I don't know about how fast it is. That might be.
There are two
animation thing, right?
Types. No, you are talking about animation, or so there is a cooking time also. So the speed it goes.
Yeah. And then so the line for the grenade, is that normally red?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's isn't that weird? Because red would seem to indicate you can't throw to that area. Is what it would seem to indicate.
Oh, you mean red? Okay, let me just try again. Yeah. You mean like it's not.
The
it's not
trajectory
throwable
of the
there.
grenade is shown as a red line, which is weird.
Yeah.
It should. Yeah. I think it's. Oh wait, no, I think it's white usually.
No, it's red. It's in the tutorial. It's red. I've tried it.
No,
three
it's
times
red.
now. It's been red every time.
No, in game also it's red.
It is? Okay.
So basically, if you don't tap anywhere, if you just have the grenade, it's yellow. But when you tap to throw it, then it becomes red.
Why?
So there are two colors basically.
Why?
It's just.
It seems to indicate that you can't throw it, right? Red usually means
Hmm.
no.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
it could be green.
It should be green. Or a different color, blue, green, I don't know, yellow, something else.
Yeah, we can just check what PUBG does because people are used to of those colors.
Let's see. PUBG grenade row line color. Let's see. Is that yellow?
Yeah, people use weird colors. They might also have color customization for that as well.
Well, I'm seeing red too.
Yeah. So they generally red. They indicate that hey, this is a day. So one reason they might show red because if grenade explodes in your hand, even you will die. So it's yellow. It means it is not going to explode because you have not tapped on it. But the moment you tap, it becomes red because now the cooking timer has started. So if you don't throw it on time, it will damage you as well.
Oh, what? Change grenade throw line. You can change the color. That's weird.
So they sell a lot of customization. So I think they might have grenade trajectory color as well. But I think the default I am going to play, I have the build. But red actually would mean because if you don't throw, there is a timer in hand. So if the timer goes, it explodes, even you will die.
I think for the tutorial, maybe we just explain that.
That might be too many steps.
Well, it could just be a text, a text box while you're throwing.
So currently it is teaching the low throw. So there is a button high throw, low throw. Okay, let's play a little bit more. Then we can.
I might be on what server are you guys on?
Till the time is over, you want to?
I can switch to Asia. I don't know who, because I guess. What server are you guys on?
No, I'm just playing FTV.
Okay. Eamon,
Yeah, in PUBG.
what server are you on?
US.
Okay, I don't see you.
Oh, I'm still in the Fatui still. I'm trying out the grenade. I think.
So in PUBG, by default, the trajectory is wide, and the moment you tap, it's red. So I think people will know.
Yeah.
I think people who play shooter games, they would know that the moment they aim, it is the cooking time has started. You guys want to play a match, or we can just play F2E and call it off today? We only have 10 minutes left.
Let's just call it. I got 2 minutes.
Maybe.
Or go ahead, Eamon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we can give the loot that we're gonna, have the player load in with. You know how you kill that bot and you get the 500 ammo and stuff. Maybe that can be the loot that we bring into the first match. We could set that guy up what we're gonna give him.
Yeah, the tricky part though, Eamon, is like we don't want to change how free loadout works, right? Because for the tutorial, they show you how to use the free loadout as part of the tutorial, which I think is okay. So I think we can either do one of two things. We can add an intermediate step after you get your free loadout. Then we can just have another screen that says, hey, we're going to give you some additional, since you're just starting, we're going to give you some additional ammo or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, and maybe even a shield, because shield is important. We don't have anything in the tutorial that teaches shield, so we probably should teach shield.
I think shield we should incorporate.
Yeah. Or I think the other thing to do would just be to just rig it so that when you're playing, the first stash that you see will give you ammo. It's just hard-coded to give you ammo, the very first stash that you find.
I see. Well, yeah, we can give them. Well, I'm frozen in the tutorial. Yeah, we can give him a gun in the first stash, maybe. Yeah, because the pistol I feel like isn't good enough.
Yeah.
I like MS idea also. Like maybe we can keep the F2E of keeping free loadout, but in the first match, the loot you get by killing the bot and all those things, we can just award this to players. So his stats
Yeah.
has those
The
items.
tricky part too, though, is like sometimes like we have to make sure that the PVE is very weak because if you get a hard PVE and you just use up all your ammo, then you're never going to get to
Oh,
that
you are
first
talking about yeah. Because if we get free loadout, then he is limited by ammo. So we'll have to give ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's think how can we do it. Yeah. So either we don't teach free in the first, we just take him to stash, just let him equip a lot of ammo and weapon and shield and everything.
Yeah.
Or we do free loadout but show a pop-up to award more. But I don't think it's in free loadout we get pistol, and through pistol they can. Yeah, if you have PV is easier, then they can kill PV with pistol. But the area bots also will have to be knocked down a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you for the current viewers. Apologies for watching such a boring stream, but there you got it.